All right. Because, but this definitely shows that you definitely got some positive, you're reaping what you sow. You definitely got some good enterprise and good things coming from seeds that you have planted in the past with this Three of Wands upright. The Wands represent fire signs, which is Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, and they're very passionate and fiery and driven and optimistic, and they just take charge and they go for things. You know, they don't sit around waiting for things, and they're very confident within themselves and confident within their abilities. And you did it. You was confident in yourself, and now you're starting. You're just wait. There's no more waiting now. Your ships are coming into the harbor, and that money is yours to float. Oh God. But with this Two of Wands in reverse here, I feel like this may be the field that you need to go back to and think about go back and consult your intuition about a certain partnership that may not have came into fruition in the way that you would have liked. All right. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like one venture has fell through because where the situation stands now, you shouldn't fret. Where the situation stands now is that you have the Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse often speaks of there's something went wrong with a sort of celebration or a party or a wedding or an organization or an event that you maybe have been putting on. There may be some sort of fall through with a certain event, but not to fret. I feel like this setback or this particular thing is something that, or this particular hold up, I feel like it's a blessing in disguise in a sense. All right. Because you have judgment, you're going to rise to judgment, which is your higher self. And then you have the hangman, and the hangman often speaks of maybe it's time to tie your hands on something and just wait and surrender and wait and let God or let the universe or let, just let the situations come to you. Don't act too much on a situation right now, or just kind of accept the situation for what it is. You don't need too much action on your part because what's done probably is already done. Okay, and don't worry, because this will result in ascension, because the judgment often speaks of your higher self or rising to your higher self, okay, and becoming the person that you are meant to be. See, like these are rising to the angels, singing praises with the angel, alright? So yeah, just go back and confront your intuition to see what choice needs to be made or why a choice was made. Okay, and some of you maybe have to leave work for some reason, because this may be this may mean stagnancy in work or stagnancy in a certain project where there's not really too much forward movement. So some of you may have to leave work for some reason or the other, and for a while, for some reason. And if a job has ended, I feel like maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because what's working for you in this month is the fact that you have a major wish that has came true, because you have the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Cups speaks of wishes that are coming true, a wish fulfillment, and you're just happy and overblissed and overjoyed. And but paired up with that card, you had the Star card. So I feel like with these two, I feel like this is saying that a major wish was fulfilled, and but yeah, like I said, blessing in disguise, because that you've reached this goal, you've reached this milestone, or you've reached this hill, or you've reached this accomplishment, and even though it was reached almost to the point of burnout and detriment to your physical well-being, with the Star card in reverse. See, because the Star card in reverse often talks of hopelessness, or feeling like you're burnt out, or feeling worn out or drawn out. And with paired out with this card, I feel like it's still a positive omen, even though it's in reverse. I feel like it's just saying that you have put in the hard work diligently and faithfully and consistently, and that's why you're reaping you're getting all the things that you deserve now, because you put in the work. So even though it seems like you have worked so hard, all right, I definitely feel like you made it after all the blood, sweat, and the tears. All right. And also, there may even be a woman that may be helping you to raise to the top in some form or the other in these aspects of your business. And I feel like a woman will be of some sort of significance. Okay? And I say that because the oracle card that came out for you was two oracle cards. You had the necessity or necessity. These are in French. I wish I could speak that luxurious, sexy French accent, but you know I can't do that. So I just have this English bullshit accent. But yes, necessity. I don't know, but it basically means necessity. I'm in love with these oracle cards. Okay, the artwork is exquisite. And basically, necessity means um, this definitely serves you well for this. Fate should have been the name on this card because that's what this card is really about. In general, the card's interpretation is rather negative. But if it pertains to love and relationships, there is an exception. But this card came out in the form of in your work aspect, okay? So this basically means when it comes to work or the personality surrounding a certain person is the person loves order and to store things. If there is order around, the person is quieter and more social. Now, if this doesn't sound like methodical and strategic and calculating Virgos, then I don't know what does. So this definitely serves you well, and it definitely ties into it, the reading about your when it comes into regard to work. All right. And it also can mean a clear need for change, okay? Or a clear need for some sort of something to, to change in your life. So maybe this is the job that didn't work out for you, okay? And then you also had received femme, or woman. And this card basically means the card has to do with the feminine spirit and feminine influence. Associated with the feminine is passivity, mysticism, obedience, but the feminine principle is in men too. You can only see half of the face of the picture because a woman is not complete without the male side or the male counterpart. Alright? This card is associated with Venus, beauty, love, and the moon, and in brackets emotion. Now, when this comes to love and relationships, it can mean a wife, girlfriend, or mistress, a meeting, or an important connection. Okay, but this came up in your work situation, so I feel like this is definitely denotes that that this card can mean an empowerment of a woman at work. Okay, but it also can mean on the flip side a lack of interest in work. So maybe women are figuring strongly in your work right now. Maybe some of you may be getting involved with someone that you work with, or maybe a few people that you work with this Three of Cups. And that's coming up next. That's what is advising you not to do in the month of December. What Spirit is advising you not to do, Virgo. These are often positive cards. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles often talks of planting seeds. Okay. Waiting for your crop to harvest, or waiting for your harvest to crop and flourish and grow into some beautiful, bountiful blessings and money and earnings after you worked so hard and planted all these investments and seeds. And the Three of Cups often means celebrations and community contributes and collaborations, parties, weddings, those things, meetings of some sort, just hanging out with friends, social life, contacts, acquaintances, things like that, okay? But if this is showing up in a place to warn you of things to not do, I feel like it is telling you this month, do not overly invest your time in many things, in too many projects, and don't make promises you can't keep, or also maybe don't get involved with multiple different women at work. Alright? You don't want to stir no jealousy, back off. And then when it comes to that is your work situation, when it comes to your love life, I feel like in you guys' love life for this month, there's a few different messages here. You got the Hermit, which is actually yourself, because the Hermit card was the Virgo card in the deck. Then you got the Four of Swords, and then you got the High Priestess in reverse. Now the Swords represents air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay? And you receive the High Priestess in reverse, the Hermit, and the Four of Swords. All these kind of speak of rest and taking a break or taking a breather. And I'll further elaborate now, okay? I feel like some of you may be ignoring your inner guidance telling you to slow down a bit and engage in more sentimental pursuits and spend some time with love interests instead of bombarding yourself and scheduling yourself with overwork, okay? I know Virgos, I know that's, you're very meticulous and that's what you like to do. You like to, is that the word? Meticulous? I don't know. You're very strategic, very calculating, and you like to plan and you like to have order in the court. If there's no order in the court, you feel like you're going crazy, but that is not healthy. You need to find a healthy balance, and you need love, okay? Because you guys also are lovers at heart. Trust me, I know. Wink, wink. Yes, so instead of bombarding your schedule with work, and there's also a feeling of isolation with this hermit here. There's a feeling of isolation of some sort and separation, and you feel a separation feel, or there's lurking around for some of you, okay? I feel like this intuition that you're ignoring also may be harboring a secret. So you may have a secret that you're harboring, maybe even to yourselves. Maybe it's time to admit your true feelings to yourself about something, about some situation, or about someone. Maybe you're overworking, trying to hide that, or trying to overcompensate, or trying to, just so you don't have to pay attention to your emotions. Because I know Virgos of Mercury signs, and you like the intellect. You don't really like too much to do with modeling emotions, but you need emotions and you need moods, okay? You can't just be strategic and a calculator all the goddamn time, okay? Golly. And, yeah, I feel like a deeper commitment is needed to sustain a particular relationship you have in mind, alright? And for others of you, you really do not want a relationship right now. And right now is the key words, okay? Because maybe just having the time for more platonic kind of love with little strings attached with this High Priestess in reverse. Oh my God. With this High Priestess in reverse. High Priestess upright is a very, very intuitive woman. She has a secret knowledge of the occult or the mysteries of life, and she knows all of the secrets of you before you even know that, okay? But she often harbors many secrets, and she often keeps to herself, but she's not lonely, but she just keeps to herself because she needs a lot of time alone to process a lot of these mysteries and signals that she gets from the invincible world that majority cannot see or feel, okay? In reverse, it tells of maybe you're not listening to your intuition. Like I said earlier, this inner guidance is guiding you to spend some more time or to relax and to retreat in love, but you're not doing it. God damn it, you hard-headed mama jammers. And also, yeah, some of you may just have the time for platonic kind of love, alright? Love with a little bit of strings, with little strings attached. And another situation. Excuse me. And then I feel like for now, in this you received the Eight of Swords in reverse, and then you received the Justice card in reverse. These two cards are pretty much straightforward speaking like this. I feel like the situation calls for justice. You may have many suitors to choose from, so you choose nothing or no one, and communication lines are muddled, and conversations are not reaching a solution, and you're not finding a common ground, and you feel all over the place. I feel like some of you need to cut through the chase and open up the conversation for dialect already, goddammit. Allow yourself to be open and to receive if you want justice, okay? Because Otherwise, and you're just gonna keep going around in circles. If you want justice to be served, open up the form of dialogue. Open yourself. Open your heart. Virgo. All right. Now, what's working in your favor in your love life for this month and going into January is you have the Six of Swords in reverse. You have the Nine of Swords in reverse. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. Pentacles is you guys, okay? Stable, firm, grounded, very good with money management, working very hard and diligently and very practical and very like in it to win it, and you ain't wasting no time. You're like, yo, I've got work to do. Like, that is earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, okay? Now, if these three put together, what this tells me is that what's working in your favor this month is the fact that you want to hold on to a particular person that's in your life, even though it's a bit complicated situation and may be keeping you up at night with this Nine of Swords. Or the Nine of Swords upright often depicts, mental anguish. You can't really sleep, or it may not actually literally be you not being able to get any sleep, but it may be something that's resting heavily on your mind, because the Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, deals with the intellect, deals with the mind, deals with Mercury, deals with conversations. You can even be talking to yourself for hours and hours on end with negative thoughts, okay? The Swords and the Nine, at the higher up they go in the deck, the higher the number, it often is the negative. So the Nine of Swords is quite negative, okay? This woman is quite stressed out. But what you're doing and what's working for you is it in reverse. So I feel like you're starting to ease that worry, ease that pain, because you know deep down inside that some of you are going to get to love, and you are going to tend to love when you have the chance, okay? And, yeah, because even though some of you may be dealing with a complicated situation and maybe keeping you up, tossing and turning in your sleep, I feel like you know in your heart that a certain person is the one that you can see yourself growing old with. And I say that because these two cards can also mean that the Hermit and the Four of Swords, it can also mean a spiritual love, a very blessed love that is very meditative and very surreal-like, and it helps you to rise to ascension and rise to your higher self. Like, this person feels like someone sent from above, like where you just melt in their arms, okay? So I feel like some of you have someone like that in your life right now. And what's working for you in your favor is the fact that even though you may be working hard right now, and you may be there may be a little bit of communication lines may be blurred, you are refusing to let go. Because in the upright, this card, this Six of Swords, means moving on to greener pastures, moving on to sunnier lands, and moving on to calmer waters. You're going to leave the turbulence alone. But in reverse, it's almost saying like you're in it to win it, and you kind of don't want to move on from this, even though it may be a little bit frustrating right now, because you feel like you can build and you can grow with this person, and you can build a life with them, build a foundation, build a home, build something that is sturdy and stable, okay? So that's why some of you is still holding on to that belief, whether you are subconsciously or unconsciously doing it. I feel like this is strongly for some of you, all right? And for others of you, or this could be you, okay? So maybe, or this could be you that they see. So remember, this is a general reading. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, the one that's feeling all this strong pull or this strong, like, I'm not going to let you go. It could be the other person. So please remember that and bear that in mind. And this goes for all the messages that I've said today. It can be the other person that's doing this to you. So if you're listening to this and thinking, that's not really me, that's the other person, well, there you go, troopers. All right? And, so there's you with them still going to hold on and stick around, okay? Because you can see yourself building, or they can see themselves building with you. Just as soon as you find the time, or just as soon as they find the time to deal with other responsibilities, okay? It just feels like it's worth it in the long haul. So you don't let go just yet. Or they don't let go just yet. But if you don't know this, then now you know. Okay? Others of you may be having a bit of confusion, okay? mixing work and pleasure, and realizing that you still have to face this person and still going to continue with whatever projects you're working on together, even though you're banging them brains out, okay? And what you shouldn't do this month, Virgo, is you shouldn't be the King of Wands in reverse. Spirit is telling you, no, not that way. Upright, very creative, very good social skills, gifted at gab, swifting through the room like a vulture. What's that saying, Jay-Z? I don't know, but you get my gist. Just very, very good people skills. You are very creative, masterful at creative projects, very good person to talk to, very funny, very charming, very easygoing. In reverse, Spirit is telling you this month, do not be overly controlling to the point where you are unyielding, okay? And you seem too stern and too rigid to let love flow in, okay? Or to let your softer side show. So don't do that. Now, your family life, which can seem quite similar, and quite in parallel to your to the love life, but it just differs because you guys can take the messages in which works for you and which doesn't, okay? Because it can be in family, like literally like the family that you was born into, or it can be in the family that you have decided to create for yourself, or that you wish to create for yourself, okay? Oh, I forgot to read the oracle cards. The oracle cards for you guys in your love life speaks of you have temps. Well, it says temps influence, temps. And basically, time number 45 means, this definitely sums up to what I was just saying about the time. Oh, I love Oracle, like how the messages just come out and it's like, say spot on. Okay, so time. Usually the card time indicates a waiting time. Something is delayed for a long period of time. Sometimes the card also can indicate a sudden activity, example, a holiday. This card is mainly linked to the earthly plane. See, even links to you because you're earth sign. And basically, this can mean a person who thinks a lot, a home-loving person who does not like changes. He or she likes home and does not want to move. This can be the personality trait of times. When it comes to the love and relationships, it is a healthy storyline associated of the card. Problems or mistakes in previous relationships. It will take some time, but eventually, when you're more mature, you will start a successful relationship that will last. Like, tell me this is not spot on with this right here. Like, when this comes flying out, this is the read. I'm sorry, guys, that this reading isn't live, but the way how I shuffle, I literally shuffle like this, and for each individual card, and it takes time. And I did this for Leo and Libras, and I mean the reading was a little bit too long, so I know you guys have got ish to do, so that's why I didn't do that. So imagine doing that for all of these cards you see on the table, yeah. So that's why I didn't do this, even though I love live readings because it just feels so like just right there and then, like give it to me, give it to me. So yeah, this definitely ties in with you guys right now, okay? And when it comes to no, yeah, this isn't about work. This is about this is about, like I said, what is about love. Alrighty then. Then you also receive the papyrus. Papyrus. How would the French say it? Papyrus. Oh, you guys' accent is so goddamn sexy. Papyrus. The general meaning is this card is associated with secrets that are revealed to those who really know how to read them. On the other hand, this card can be associated with commercial transactions and contracts. For love and relationships become complicated because you mix work and private life. Dun, dun, dun. As I was saying, some of you may find someone at work because you got these cards here. The Three of Pentacles talks about work, partnerships, groupings, togetherness, getting fruition for your hard work that you put in, getting recognized for your hard work. So some of you may be meeting someone who just tickles your fancy at work. So yeah. Yeah. This card indicates successful agreements and a better work situation regardless of the profession or the situation. Man. Then you received 15 or more, and this means love. All these cards relate so much. I'm so in love with these goddamn cards, and I just got them. Love. In the Catholic faith, the cross upon the heart is a symbol of the Sacred Heart, but this is also the symbol of love, the fire of life. The white band, refers to the bond of love that unites different creatures with each other. The green palm stands for honor and immortality. The calligraphy in the four corners of the card are the four directions, the four elements. In Greek. It says Christ in Greek. And you need to know the numerology. Okay, love and relationships. Deep and sincere love in relationships and friendships. Harmony exists between you and others. If you live with someone, this card announces that your love is true. If you are single, a new relationship will appear and you will definitely fall in love. This card indicates that the person will work with their vocation, and this creates love for the work and a cozy atmosphere in the workplace. So maybe you guys may be smooching somebody and seeing And then from the romance angels, you have flirt. Okay, definitely pertains to you as well. Extend your lighthearted energies to others. Okay, and where's the description for that? These oracles say, I want to read the exact thing. I ain't trying to mess up and fuck up the message. The romance angels guide you to initiate romance with flirtatiousness, which entails smiling with your eyes as you connect with others. It doesn't necessarily involve sexuality, although it can. Flirting is playful in nature, and playfulness is the heart of romance. If you're in a relationship, flirting with your partner can revive passion. If you're single, this activity can attract new friendships as well as a love relationship. Drawing this card can simply mean that making more eye contact with others will help you connect with people. This is especially true if you smile and say, hello, how you doing? But don't say how you do. More often, everyone you meet is a potential friend, and studies show that most people are introduced to their mates through mutual acquaintances. Therefore, form new friendships as a way of meeting a new partner and increase your enjoyment of life. And then make the effort also came out. So for those of you who know that you need to make the effort to actually flirt more or to actually get that relationship off the ground and give that person some love because they may be feeling a little bit neglected. Yeah? The message from the angels is you receive this card because some action steps on your part are necessary in order for your prayers about your love life to be answered. The angels have opened the doors for you, and now it's time for you to walk through them. The first thing that comes to mind with respect to taking action is a good starting place for you. So don't think too hard on it, Virgo. Because I know how you motherfuckers are. Whatever intuitive thought that comes to your head like a lightning bulb like this, you do it. Okay? You do it. When you ask for spiritual help, you always receive it. Often this help comes in the form of intuitive guidance, which consists of repetitive feelings and thoughts. You get the sense that you should do this or that. You receive this card as a nudge to actually take that action. You will then receive the next piece of the puzzle, meaning another intuitive message about what to do. So don't keep calculating, thinking like, oh, well, if I do this, what's going to happen? Don't worry, it's going to fall into place. You damn calculators. If you like, you can ask the angels to give you the motivation, courage, time, and energy to take these steps. Know that each one brings you closer upon the pathway to greater love. Now, when it comes to your family life, okay, I think the need is very similar to the love reading. I think the need is starting to sink in to your membrane, Virgo. It is starting to sink into that deep, thick skull of yours that you need some cozy family or home nights cuddled up by the fireplace of loved ones and friends or family or lovers, okay? Because nowadays, family is friends and lovers and crap. So don't take the message too grandly on the word family. It can just mean your home life, alright? Because your obsession with work is stifling that. The situation stands where you have too many obligations. Okay, you have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Devil in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse to me talks about overworking because this is you. Remember, you're the King of Pentacles upright, the guy with the Midas touch, the guy with the magician that can anything you touch turns to gold. You're the bada bing, bada boom, voila. Okay, but in reverse, you're working too hard or you're thinking too much about the status quo. Okay, and with the double paired up with these two, that means you're working too goddamn hard and you're obsessing over and your self-limitation beliefs and all of that, all the whole 9 yards. All right, so in reverse, you releasing that. And you realizing you need to tap that ass to somebody and you want some love, alright? So, yes, you have a lot of obligations. Alright? You have too many obligations with these 7 of Cups. The Cups represent water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancers. But this cup is very idealistic. It's very much fantasy, very much in your head, or can mean that you have too many choices or too many things to do. Whether this is too many choices of lovers or too many choices of work you're doing. Either way, you need to turn this into reverse and make a choice or singular choice, okay? Or you need to narrow down your focus, because with this Knight of Swords in reverse, I feel like you're putting your foot in your mouth. Maybe some of you are making a lot of promises that you can't keep to family members, and you're starting to let you and your family member down. Alright? Because this Knight of Swords often charges ahead and charges forth, piercing through the veil and cutting up shit. But in reverse, you guys will be putting your foot in your mouth because you have way too many obligations and way too many things that you want to accomplish. Alright? And it's family or your friends or your home life and your nurturing side tends to get put on the back burner. And you end up just, ignoring yourself. But, something's came and knocked you off your blood cloud axis, Virgos, and I like it. This tower, something that's working in your favor. The tower is normally, can be a negative card, but in this particular place and position, it's telling you that something has come to knock you off your axis and it's working in your favor, okay? Because it's coming to shake you up, alright? It's coming to pump some life into you almost. And I feel like this is coming in the form of a woman or in the form of a man, or this is coming in the form of a person with water-like energy. Remember, the water-like energy is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, okay? Because they rule the cups. I said I'm a water sign. So yes, or it can just mean, and if this isn't, it can just mean someone's energy, okay? Or it can mean your energy. Maybe your energy is starting to turn more like a water. Oh, fuck. I'm getting tongue-tied. Your energy is starting to turn more like the Queen of Cups, okay? And what this shake-up, this can also be a motherly figure, whether it's a motherly figure that's coming in and telling you that they want to spend more time with you at home, or if it's not a mother, it's a father, whoever, but they're just very nurturing and very loving, because water signs are very nurturing, very intense, very deep, very magnetic, like they draw you in, okay? So, whether this is a motherly figure or a potential mate, her alluring, deep, and intense magnetism is leaving you feeling like a helpless puppy dog, alright? She has the power to make you feel vulnerable and cause your defenses to drop completely, okay? Because then you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands in reverse speaks of your defenses, or that barrier, that wall that you built up to keep yourself hidden or to protect yourself is failing, alright? Somebody's knocked that shit down. Or it's your other self, it's your feminine self. Remember when we talk about this feminine card, it's your feminine self, because men and women, I need masculine, you need feminine. So maybe your feminine self is the one that's starting to knock on the door like, Virgo! Wagwan! Fuck it in. I need some love, goddammit. So, yes. So, yeah, if this can be you, Virgo. But do surrender to her charms, or your mother's charms, or your family member's charms. Do it, because it will help you, alright? This tower is here to shake you up for good, and I like it, okay? Because I know how Virgos are. Virgos can be a little bit too fucking strategic. Take a break. Love.